Here's the lineup for the primetime debate tomorrow night. Donald Trump right in the middle as the front runner. Mostly everybody else looking for a breakout moment tomorrow night. And the rhetoric has intensified in the last couple of days. Here's some of it.
I'm tired of people tearing down this country and dividing us. I believe we need to unite behind a common purpose. And that purpose is a strong America, because America's leadership in the world matters.
Crony capitalism is alive and well, ladies and gentlemen, because when government gets big, costly, complicated, powerful, only the big, the powerful, the wealthy, and the well-connected can handle it.
We're still all Americans, and we have much more in common than the things that separate us. And that's what we must keep in mind, because our strength is in our unity.
I think if you try too hard, people see that. That's not what they want in a leader. What they want in a leader is somebody who's strong and knows who they are in here. And that's exactly what I'll show people on Wednesday night.
Everybody's going to be clamoring for a moment on that stage. Mark Tucson is columnist for the Washington Post, a fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, and a Fox News contributor. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Martha.
What are you looking for in terms of who breaks out or who tries to break out tomorrow night?
You know, it's a jump ball. That poll you showed shows that Donald Trump's lead is actually expanding. He's gone from 24 to 27, which is good for him. But Ben Carson is surging. He went from 6% before the last debate to 23% right now. So he's 4 points behind Donald Trump. So that just shows you what a good debate performance can do. It's vaulted Ben Carson, who was virtually unknown, into second place in the Republican field. And the really interesting thing about that poll is that they asked candidates, so you had those two candidates combined have 50% of the vote. Everybody else is in single digit. If you take all the candidates combined, they're at 38% total combined. But the support is soft. Only 63% of Republicans say that they are open to changing their position on the candidate. So it is a jump ball. The electorate is up for grabs for somebody who performs.
Yeah, I mean, it's stunning when you look at the single-digit performances of these individuals who, you know, a couple years ago, people would have said, well, the bench is so deep on the Republican side. There's so much talent. You've got these governors who've done all this shaking up in their states across the country. And now these folks are struggling for oxygen at this point. And I thought this was an interesting moment for Jeb Bush on the campaign trail, and I want to play it for you and get your thoughts on it.
Secure. Let me show you something. The party that I believe in
I mean, did you ever think you'd see Jeb Bush unbuttoning his shirt to reveal a Reagan Bush 84 T-shirt during one of his campaign appearances, Mark?
Yeah, there's Clark Kent in his glasses taking off his shirt and showing his Superman outfit. I mean, it's interesting because, of course, his campaign slogan is Jeb ! He doesn't have Bush anywhere to be seen, and now he's embracing the Bush in his name. So that's an interesting tactic. But look, I mean, the problem we have here today, look, Jeb Bush, if the voters right now were looking for a politician who delivers, Jeb Bush would be a strong candidate for the nomination. But the problem is voters are not looking for that right now. At least Republican voters, that's not what they say they want. They want an outsider who's going to shake up Washington. And so all the politicians are struggling. If you look at those numbers, Carson and Trump, 50%, Fiorina 6%, she's another outsider. So that's 56% of the electorate who are supporting somebody who's never held elective office. All the politicians are in single digits right now. So they've got to do something to shake it up to show themselves that they can be outsiders too if they want to catch in.
So what would you advise them? If you were advising any one of these candidates, Rubio, Christie, Bush, Fiorina, any of these folks, or not Fiorina because she's sort of on the other list, what would you tell them to do tomorrow night?
Oh, number one, be yourself. I mean, I think there's too many people who are trying to attack Trump, or, you got Jindal going out and saying that he's a circus act. Bush has an ad out saying he's a self-promoter. Forget about Donald Trump and be yourself. I mean, if you look at who's the guy who emerged from the last debate successfully? It was Ben Carson. He didn't have a negative thing to say about Donald Trump. He didn't have a negative thing to say about anybody. He's presenting a hopeful, optimistic, positive vision for the country. Yeah. And people find that incredibly appealing. So these people have to stop worrying about Donald Trump and be themselves. Be Scott Walker, be John Kasich, be Jeb Bush. Present yourself, make your case for yourself, and how you're going to shake up Washington and how you're the best person to do what Republican voters want.
It certainly worked for Trump. Apparently on his campaign, on the whiteboard in his campaign headquarters, it just says, "Let Trump be Trump." And that seems to be working for him.
But
Mark,
he's not getting
thanks.
enough attention. Nobody mentions his name.
I know. Where's my name? Thank you, Mark.